So, Kathryn, how are you doing today?
Um, I'm doing okay. I haven't really had a good week at school this past week. It really sucks. I don't know. I'm just like really drained from taking care of my mom, and I feel like everyone at school is still kind of like making fun of me and talking behind my back or like whispering. So that's kind of just like really weighing on me, and I hate going to school. I hate going home. So I don't know. Things just like aren't as great as I wish they were.
So, the first two times I saw you, you were having a really hard time with the girls who were kind of making fun of you about deciding to lose your virginity with your boyfriend. How has
Mhm.
that gone since we last spoke?
Um, I don't know. I kind of just like I thought that it would blow over because I thought that something else would happen, like in school, and that people would stop talking about it. One of my best friends, Hannah, said that it would blow over, and it hasn't. And so I don't know. I the other day I went into my history class and I sat in the very back just because when I walked in, there's these two girls. They're both cheerleaders, and they're whispering about me and like pointing at me, and I just knew exactly what they were talking about. And so it's just kind of awkward and embarrassing the fact that everybody at school knows.
Yeah. So, does your best friend Hannah, does she support you, or how does she think about that?
That's kind of been really hard too, just because she's nice and supportive, but I know that she doesn't think that it was a good idea. And so I feel like just because she's my best friend, I can kind of tell that she doesn't agree with what I did.
So, do you feel like you can still talk to Hannah about it?
Not really. I mean, she's really sweet and like will stick up for me sometimes, but I don't feel like I can just exactly tell her how I'm feeling or like if I want to do that again or how it made me feel or anything. I feel like it's kind of just like unspoken territory with her.
So, who was it that told the other girls who are now making fun of you?
I'm not really sure. I think that maybe at lunch or something, when I was talking about it one time with Hannah, I think that they might have overheard. I don't really know, so that's kind of stressing me out too because I don't know if it was my boyfriend, if he told his friends, maybe in the locker room or something. So I don't know. I just feel like I can't really trust anybody right now because it's not like I went around telling anybody. I don't want people to know this.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about your boyfriend telling his friends? That's what you assume he did?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I just kind of feel like him and Hannah are kind of like my only friends. They're the only people I have right now. And so I guess it's kind of like I've tried to do like out of sight, out of mind, like and just hope and wish that he didn't tell his friends. I don't know. I just feel like there's just so much going on. That's like the last thing I want is to confront him about something because I feel like I just really need his comfort and support.
So, whenever y'all do talk about it, what are his feelings about it?
I don't know. He's like kind of distant about it, I guess. Um, he slept with other girls before me, and so I guess it's kind of like more normal for him to do that. I mean, since it was my first time, I guess it's a bigger deal than what I thought it would be, and he's not really treating it like it was a big deal. And so that's kind of where I got the hunch that maybe he just talks about it because it's not as big of a deal to him as it is to me.
Yeah. So, last week I know you wanted to talk to him about maybe doing it again. Mm-hmm. So, how did that go?
I mean, he was like all for it. I kind of assumed that he would be, but I mean, he wasn't as sweet about it, and so that kind of bothered me a little bit. I mean, I want him to be sweet about it and like still like cherish me, but he just wasn't. I mean, he was kind of just like, yeah, I'd be like down to do that, and it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. So we haven't slept together. So
yeah, and you mentioned that he kind of called you clingy whenever you tried to talk to him about it last week. So you were going to try to talk to him about it again. Mm-hmm. So has he said anything like that?
Yeah, he keeps. I don't know why he does this, but maybe I did come off really clingy. I'm not sure, but at school when I see him in the hallway or something, I always want to go up to him and hug him and say hi and I mean, I'm his girlfriend. He should want that too. And he's kind of just been really distant. He'll like pull his arm away from me and he'll talk to me, but it's not like his sweet talking anymore. And so, I don't know, I'm kind of getting the feeling that he's not interested anymore. And so, he's just, I don't know, he's just kind of different. And it stinks too, just because Hannah told me, she was like saying that probably would happen. And it's just kind of bothering me that she was right. Yeah. It is. And so, yeah, it's just a sucky situation. I just don't like going to school because of it.
Mm-hmm. So, I wanted to move on to your dad. Mm-hmm. I know last week he was trying to contact you and you have feelings about not wanting to have any contact with him. How is that going?
Well, he's tried to contact me a few times last week. He tried calling me on my cell phone or on my iPhone, and he'll text me sometimes too, which I have all my read receipts on so he knows that I've seen it, but I just don't really respond still. I mean, I'm just like pissed because my life sucks now that he's gone. I mean, I take care of my mom, who I'm not close with at all, and my dad's gone, and it's like he's enjoying life with his new girlfriend, and here I am, like, I'm only in high school, and I'm, like, picking up the slack, and it just really, it's not fun. I don't feel like I'm a kid, so I haven't really responded. He just kind of pisses me off.
What does he ask you?
He'll just say, like, hi, sweetie, how are you doing? Or ask me if I want to go to lunch, or just see him. He asked me if I wanted to meet his new girlfriend, which no, why would I want to meet her? You know, she broke up my family, so I don't really care about that. I just think he's just being stupid. Like, how does my dad not understand what's going on? Like, how does he not know the situation that he left me in? And so, I don't feel like he, like, deserves a response from me at all. Maybe he tries to contact my mom and tell me to talk to him, but she hasn't bothered telling me he has, so I don't know.
So at this time, you don't want a relationship with him?
Not really. I mean, it just sucks because my dad was my best friend, and we were close, and then this happens, and it's like, how do you do that to somebody that you're close to? And so it's like, I do want to be close, but then again, I don't, because I'm just, like, mad that he did that.
Mm-hmm. So maybe in the future, you would think about having a relationship with him?
Maybe if you would drop the freaking girl, like, come back home so I don't have to do all this. Yeah, maybe.
So, do you feel hurt by him having another girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could say hurt. I feel like I'm just more mad. I'm just, like, pissed off. I just, like, hate the world because of it. I don't know. I haven't even, like, cried about it yet, just because I feel like I'm too angry to do that. So, that's kind of where I am with that.
Yeah, so when you say you hate the world, are you still having your suicidal thoughts?
I guess I'm, like, having the thoughts. I don't ever, like, think what would I do, but I definitely have thought about it a lot lately. Like, it'd be so nice if I wasn't here, or, like, it'd be so nice if I don't have to go through all this, or just, like, all my friends don't have to do this with their parents, and, like, why do I? And so it's kind of just, like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? You know? I don't know, it just would make things a lot easier if I didn't exist, but I know that that's not really something I can do right now.
So you're not deciding on any thoughts of going through with it still, like we talked about? You just kind of have them from time to time?
Yeah, I just have them. Usually I have them when my mom is just, like, so depressed. And the thing that's really sparked me having these thoughts a lot more recently has been because my boyfriend is so distant, and I mean, he's, like, my only source of comfort, and I don't have that right now. And so they're just thoughts, but I guess they kind of make me feel better sometimes.
So whenever you think about suicide, has that changed in the way you want to do it, or have you thought any more about that?
No, I mean, I just feel like it's really, like, scary, I guess, thinking of ending your life and the actual act of doing it. I just don't even know how I would do it. And so mean, basically it's just life's really hard and I want things to be easier, and the only thing I can think about is it'd be easier not being here, but I can't really imagine me following through and doing the act because it's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so suicide is a scary thing. You wouldn't have like your mother anymore, your father, or your friends. Yeah, that would be hard. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad to hear that you do find that scary and that you don't actually do want to go through with it. Because you did talk a lot about it in the beginning of the sessions. That's why I just want to keep checking in with you, make sure that that feeling isn't getting more, or you're not thinking about it a lot. Mm-hmm. So I also want to go back to the girls that have been kind of making fun of you. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, like I said, there's 2 cheerleader girls. Well, there's 3, but they're all really, really pretty, and all the boys love them, and they have a lot of followers on Instagram, so everybody sees what they post and all their stories and stuff. And so there's actually one day this past week that one of them were just like filming me walking through the cafeteria, and they were just kind of pointing and making fun of me. And I think they were making fun of how I was dressed, which I never thought that there was anything wrong with how I dressed, but I mean, my boyfriend likes it, my friend Hannah likes it, but I guess it's just not like the short skirts and stuff like cheerleaders, and I don't have like a really pretty face like them, and so they just like filmed me and they were making fun of me and everybody saw it. I feel like there was like 1,000 views or something, so they do stuff like that, but then it's kind of like justified, like if they got in trouble, I mean, they're not like blatantly saying anything, and so they just say that they're just filming me and they didn't mean any harm by it. But I know that they did. I know that they whisper about me, and they're friends with some of my boyfriend's friends, and so I just kind of like feel like the outsider a little bit. I kind of feel like a little punching bag sometimes at school. I just kind of like walk silently with my head down just because I don't want to give people something to talk about anymore. So they're just making my life miserable, to be honest. And so I don't know. I guess I've kind of been distant, and Hannah's kind of stopped sticking up for me so much lately because I think she just doesn't know what to do either. It's just like a lot going on. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. So do you feel safe at school?
Yeah. I mean, I do feel safe at school, but I just like don't like school because everyone's making fun of me. I just wish that I could go to a new school and start over so that people would know my personal life and know that I slept with my boyfriend. I mean, it's just stupid because so many other people do that, and it's like, why am I the one who's getting made fun of, you know? I mean, I'm not the only one who does that. And so, I don't know. It's just like really annoying. And I'm sick of going to school. I wish my mom would just let me stay home from school.
Yeah, so how are things going with your mom since last time I saw you?
My mom is just like a nightmare. My mom is up and down all the time. She's either just like really happy or excited that I'm home, or she just lays in bed all day, which I don't understand why. I mean, I don't know why she could be tired. She doesn't work very much, and she's healthy, so I don't understand why she would just be laying around all day. So my mom just kind of annoys me because I just don't know what to expect when I come home. And so that's just like why I'm pissed off at my dad, because my dad would take care of it. Mm-hmm. I feel like if my mom is like laying in bed, I like need to check to see if she's okay. I don't know.
And last time that was the case, she was in that the depression stage. So is she still in that? How was that?
She came out of it, and she was just really happy and excited, and she like was in love with the world. One day this past weekend, she like wanted to take me to the mall and take me shopping and go see a movie, which was really great because it kind of cheered me up. She doesn't really know anything about any details about what's going on at school. I don't really talk to her about it, but it like subtly kind of cheered me up, and it was really fun. But the day ended horribly just because we were at the movies and then this one person said something to my mom that I guess kind of pissed her off or made her upset, and she just like lost it from there on out. I think it was someone like threw popcorn at her saying like shut up or something in the movie, and she kind of just like lost it. And she said, she like grabbed my arm and she was like, let's go, we're leaving. And left in the middle of the movie. It was kind of embarrassing because I knew that there were some people from school there too. They weren't my friends, but I just know that they saw, and so it was like calling more attention to me. And it was just really annoying. So then we went home and I was mad at my mom and shut the door and went to sleep.
Okay. Well, okay, I just wanted to touch base from everything we talked about last week, so I wanted to make sure that I found out how things were going with school and your friends and Hannah, how your relationship with your boyfriend has progressed. I want to keep track of that as we continue to have our sessions. I still want to focus on the relationship with your dad in the future and see how that keeps going. And also, I really want to keep track of your suicidal thoughts because we do not want those to get worse, but you've expressed that you want those to get better and you want to feel a little less depressed. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Of course, I want to be happy.
So, I was thinking, and I want to see what your thoughts are on this, but right now we've just been like in the assessment stage. I've been wanting to like get to know more about you, about your life, about your situation. So, I want to start incorporating a little bit of our intervention, and the intervention I want to use with you is cognitive behavioral therapy. I don't know if you've heard anything about it.
No.
Okay. Well, cognitive behavioral therapy is, we're just going to kind of start incorporating some restructuring thoughts, so, and focusing on your feelings, your depression, your mood, relationships. I'm just going to start asking you questions to kind of get you to start thinking about things in a new way, see things in a new light. How does that sound?
Sure, if it helps, that sounds great. Yeah.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how, where are you at? With 10 being the most, 1 being the least on changing everything. How are you feeling?
I guess like a 6. I'd like to change some stuff, but I just kind of don't have a whole lot of energy because of my mom. So I give it a shot, yeah.
Okay, so if we were to set goals for the future, just little ones, they don't have to be big, to start to get you in a happier place and a better place, in a place where you don't have these thoughts or feel like you're having depression. Would you be okay with setting goals?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what types of goals do you think we could maybe just, we don't have to like have them figured out before the next session or be like you have to accomplish this one before the next session. Just some goals that'll get you from a 6 to maybe up to more of like an 8, where you're starting to feel more like you want change and feeling better.
Yeah. I don't know. At some point I'd like to be able to talk to my dad, I guess.
Okay.
So that would be something, I guess, a goal.
Okay, well I'm going to go ahead and write some of these down as we're talking about them. So, what are some little things you could do to repair that relationship with your dad? Just little goals. We can make big goals when we get a little further.
I guess respond to a text message.
Okay. So responding to his text messages. What would that look like? How would you go about that?
Just respond when he asks me how is school going. Maybe respond and let him know. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be good. So just responding. Maybe when you respond, telling him that you want to see him, and then maybe you could that would be a big goal, is finally getting to that point where it's not just small talk that we have with just people we don't really know. You can get to that point where you have a really good relationship. What is another small goal? Maybe something with your depression or your suicidal thoughts?
maybe when I have those thoughts, make myself get up and go do something.
Okay. So
Fun.
So get up and do something. Okay, yeah, that would be a little goal. We can start working into bigger goals. So I think those are good ones to get started with.
Mm-hmm.
We can start working on those on the next session so that you can just kind of, I don't want to start you right away with our CBT. I want you to just kind of like work into it. So.
Okay.
So now that I've explained a little bit of the CBT to you, do you have any questions before we end our session?
I don't think so. I think the goals sound pretty good.
They sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, well, we will start working on those, kind of just keep thinking about them as over the next week before I see you again. So it was good to see you, and I hope this next week goes really good.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, see you later.
Okay.